Team C, the topic assigned to you is drone technology a threat to security and privacy in modern society? So I would request that panel members to first introduce yourself and start the discussion.
Good morning to everyone. I am Lakshmi Narasimha Swami from D2.
Hello everyone, this is Jain from degree final year.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sukirti from degree third year.
Hello everyone, I am B. Rohini from degree second year.
A very good morning to one and all. My name is B. Satish Kumar from D1.
Myself Vikas Raj from degree first year.
Hello everyone, my name is Karthik from degree first year.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Anusha from degree first year.
Hello everyone, this is Kanija from degree first year.
Good morning everyone, I am Priyaranjani from degree first year.
Good morning to all. I am Sai Kumar from degree first year.
Good morning everyone. My name is Sai Ramesh and I am from degree final year. So a warm regards and welcoming you to this inter-panel discussion. So I welcome my co-friends and our faculty members and everyone including audience to this panel discussion. So today we are here for discussing the topic about are drones threat to privacy and security issues. So first of all, let me introduce some about our topic. Drones or unmanned aerial vehicles are the new technology innovations we are coming up with, which we had recently seen in our AP Drone Summit, where we had got many Guinness World Records also. India and AP, Andhra Pradesh are mostly focusing on this technology, which is a innovative thought and which had helped in many sectors and which had brought a revolutionary thoughts in many sectors. So even though we had many benefits and many pros in this session, there are some privacy issues and there are some security issues including these drones. So I would like to discuss on these privacy and security issues, and I request the panel members to discuss on this topic only. So are there any concerns and do you want to say about the pros and cons in this topic? So you can continue.
Yeah, even privacy invasion is also a threat with drones. So what steps can we bring to address these issues?
Yes, privacy invasion is one of the major concerns. It could be addressed by implementing strict zone geofencing and surveillance laws like IT Act 2000 and the forthcoming personal data protection bill, and should require public consent for a aerial data collection.
No, in first, what all areas you think or you feel privacy is compromised with the adoption of this technology? And after that, you discuss the solution.
Sir, like privacy is the main topic in our discussion. So mainly personal privacy is a threat to the person, which been breached by many drone surveillances, and the second one is military and the government official, government official works are done through the drones and those are being hacked by them. So these are the main privacy and security issues we are going to talk about.
Okay, if that is the case, what are the mechanisms in place to address the privacy issues, or what are the recommendations you guys will suggest?
The government of India introduced that IT Act 2000 suggests under IT Act 2000 Section 66. Section 66E punishes the violation of privacy, publishing images of a person's private area without consent is punishable, sir. Under this idea, Section 2000, and also we had IPC Section 509. The punishes acts instead the modesty of a person, which would include unauthorized surveillance, is also punishable, sir. And these are the acts and
Now that
regulations.
there are two acts which are already in place and dealing with this privacy issues related to surveillance of drone technology, where do you think we are still lagging, or what do you recommend further? Now that you guys have come up with two acts, one is your Indian Penal Code, Section 509, and the other is Information Technology Act of 2000, Section 66E. Now that these two provisions are there already in place, where do you think we are still lagging with the evolution of this particular technology, and if there's any recommendations for it? See, this malicious surveillance are there, no? This is a threat to privacy and security also. Clear? Beyond this, there needs to be some regulations. You can suggest some sort of a regulation from the user side or for the users.
For this, for this privacy, drone privacy regulations, we suggest no fly zones. One regulation is no fly zones. The drones which are not flying to a sensitive areas like airports, military bases, and government buildings also, sir. This is one regulation. And second was no permission, no take.
Is that a regulation already in place, or you are recommending?
We are planning to expand and enhance the already existing regulations. As he said, we already have some the zone division. So along with it, we have to add the geofencing, as well as we have to introduce a software technology so that when a drone gets to a certain height near the civilian areas, it should give the alarm to the one who is operating from behind, so that he will know, okay, this is the private zone of a person. A private zone is simply not your room. The thing, if you think it is a personal space, it is privacy for yourself. So when drone gets very close to him, they will let the operator know that he is going to his private zone, so you have to retreat from there. So the operator will take control of the drone. It may be an automatic drone or a man-controlled drone. He will just include his prompt to get, okay, you are entering the zone, you have to get back to the work. So by using this method also, we want, including AI, geofencing, and mapping, we think that a personal space of a person can be taken care.
Good. Continue. Yes, we have a question.
As you have mentioned about geofencing and other technologies like using radars and sensors for detecting the drones which are going out of the limits. Within the drone rules of 2021, they have suggested that they will be establishing drone traffic control centers, DTCs, in each and every district to monitor the functioning of drones within the permissible areas of the district. The drone rules were brought out in 2021. Now it is 2025, but the regulations and the centers are not in place throughout the India. Even within our drone policy of 2024 to 29 Andhra Pradesh drone policy, it is still a target to be achieved to establish DTCs in each and every center or each and every district headquarters. So where is India lagging with respect to establishment of these centers and for protection of the security and privacy issues related to drone technology?
Understood the question, sir. See, the question is, there's already a regulation in place, but its adoption is getting delayed. And why? What is the reason for India lagging on it? Why is that implementation issues there? And what do you recommend to fasten up the process?
That comes under government's regulations, sir. We are just speaking about the privacy and threat to security issues. So why they didn't implement, it's not the problem.
No, you guys have come up with something called as geofencing and no-fly zones and all. So it's a follow-up question for that thing. These are already there as a part of 2021 regulations, but we are still delaying the implementations and the compliance
This is due to the financial backwardness
So
of the
might
India.
be because of financial constraints is the answer.
And no proper digital technologies in our country.
No faster technology adoption is the second answer.
And no skill development and proper service. So that might be points so that we are lagging still behind.
You can continue, sir. Continue with the discussion. You have a question, sir.
You have cited the problems. So what are the way forward that you are interested to suggest is my question. What is the way forward that you are supposed to suggest?
Recently, the budget had provided 15,000 crores for AAP. So we will come up with the solutions and we will fasten the works. And the government will also look after that, and the privacy issues will be taken care by them.
So, budget allocation, increasing government spending, and after that, faster technology adoption itself is the solution they are advocating. The budget allocation which you stated is wrong, it seems.
Okay, we will look after that, sir. Sir, we will look after that.
Yes, Ramesh.
We will look after that and we will check and we will suggest some reforms for that.
He'll correct the data and he'll suggest reforms. Yes.
One small correction, sir. Our
Yes.
panel member said that 1500 crores, but it is 500.
Yeah, that is answered. Sit down, sir. That is answered.
Yeah.
Team C can continue, sir.
AP has given AP drone policy. I think you have read it. There are 6 pillars of target, and fourth pillar is regulatory framework and support to environment, which aims to facilitate implementation of existing guidelines and regulations that promote innovation while enforcing public safety and compliance. It includes community engagement and transparency, which means public awareness campaigns. The public will be guided in the languages of Telugu, Hindi, English, etc. And the government is trying to educate them related to the drones and their helps. The next is feedback mechanism. The government is also trying to take feedback from everyone. Like the negative aspects and privacy related issues will be considered. And another is support for permission and certification is a clause, which means drones will be tested, certification will be given. And another one is create awareness among law enforcement agencies about the use case applications of drones, which means that the pilots who are taking training will also be thought about the accidents which might occur in the future, and they will also they're also trained what they should do related to those accidents. And it also includes that the government will distinguish between authorized and unauthorized agencies, I mean, who make drones. That's it. Thank you.
We have a question, sir. Question.
In interest of privacy and security issues in regards to drones, I would like to raise the concern of government overreach or over surveillance. And by that, I would like to just basically ask the question, until which point will privacy of people be considered by the government? And what are the limits on this privacy that government is giving us? For example, to elaborate the question, I'll borrow from the other panel the example of surveillance drones for traffics. So, say if there is a surveillance drone for traffic, yes, it will be easy for us to maintain law and order. If there are cars that are not paying attention to traffic laws, they can be caught, they can be fined. Cool. So, what of the privacy concerns? Till which point can government surveil us using drones before it becomes too much? And how can we as people ensure that our freedom and our right to privacy is not infringed upon way too much?
Can there be a limit on privacy from the side of the government? If yes, how far is the question?
Your question is, the question you asked is very good, but it's a contradictory issue. first thing we have to see, government also has some conscience and consciousness. No government deliberately goes into the public sphere of people, especially the voters who decide the further next the government. So if people also not very lame and immature and unaware people, if someone pokes into their personal issues, you know on what scale they can react. Simply, if government gets into the sphere of people, people has the right to protest. They can protest and they can say that government, you are entering my private zone. And government is also very much, so we elect people who can understand us. That is the democracy, right? So I believe people will elect those who care about them, and if some crossing of lines or something up and down happens, they themselves can solve it out.
While the argument raised is very credible, I would like to further raise two more possibilities. Firstly, government might have conscience, but government is made up of people, and people are capable of bearing grudges and having stereotypes. So say, I'm taking example of America, where racial differences between blacks and whites are very deep. So usually, whenever there's a black person, they're usually scared of white cops, because while they were driving, white cops can stop them and incarcerate them at any point. They can put black people in jail because of stereotypes and internal bias against them. So the issue is that you cannot guarantee that government will be conscious and will not infringe upon privacy of every single person. So that is the reason. And secondly, even if people do have the right to protest, government also has weapons like one of the considerations in laws is that in the course of sovereign duty, if a person does anything, a government public servant does anything, then those course of actions are acceptable. It's one of the powers that government has. So say if my privacy has been infringed in the course of someone's so-called public duty, how can I ensure that it is protected? And that is one of the main concerns that drones can raise, because they're essentially unseen things. They're somewhere upstairs. And if I did not notice, and somehow drones do have a surveillance eye on me, how can I ensure that my privacy is protected? It also further raises issue of misuse of power in public servants for stalking and etc. such situations.
See, in general, not necessarily only our country, you have to discuss the issue in general. Privacy, to what extent? Biasness, to what extent? Your question is being simplified, sir. Team C, your question.
In case Puttuswamy case of 2017, the Supreme Court made right to privacy as fundamental right, which will cover the spheres of individual and bodily privacy and digital privacy too. So in order to uphold the right in respect of data stored and collected from drones, what measures are being taken by government? కేసు పుట్టుస్వామి కేసు వచ్చింది కదా, అప్పుడు ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్ చేశారు, రైట్ టు ప్రైవసీ అనేది. సో ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్ చేసిన తర్వాత ప్రైవసీని కాపాడడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ అనేది ఏ మెజర్ తీసుకుంటుంది? సింపుల్, విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు డ్రోన్ టెక్నాలజీ.
So there is something called as draft data protection bill, and there are two categories of data: personal data and general data. You need to have personal consent, general consent. So with that, you can suggest some recommendations.
Regarding the privacy issues, we already have some regulations. For say, basically we are discussing about the no-fly zones and those. Okay, we can do that and we can improve the capability. And next we are even planning to make the recommendation so that the drone operators should be given the training even in ethical education. So, okay, they have to know the difference between their privacy and the need of public. If a person is ethical enough, he can understand this is your privacy and I cannot go into you. That is one we are planning, and we are planning to make a network of system so that if moral education will be given. Along with it, we are planning to make supervisions on the operators also. Okay, this may be, we are trying to monitor constantly with usage of AI into it. We are planning to integrate the artificial intelligence so that, okay, it will see without any rest. Even if a person tries to infringe into your privacy, it will give alarms to the supervisors so that they can address the issue. This is in a very beginning stage and we are trying to enhance it step by step. And we are happily announcing that if you have any suggestions, we are happy to accept it and we want to work together. This is a panel meeting, okay? Everyone is allowed to give your views. We are always accepting. Thank you.
You guys can continue with your finish.
Sir,
Summarize your discussion.
Let me say that even though we had a privacy problems, we are coming up with first the public should be awareness about their privacy.
Awareness generation, constant monitoring by government. Beyond that, any other recommendation? Give that and summarize the discussion, sir.
We are implementing and we are developing some radar systems. Also, we had some radar systems like D-Drone RF300, Robin radar system IRIS, Echodyne EchoGuard, Brighter A400 service air security radars, which can also detect small, nano, and all type of drones which they fly in any aviation range also. So we are trying to or implement those radars in public places also who are really concerned about their privacy, so that if any hackers or any outsider people, not only the government, any outsider people are trying to take the information about the people or information about the other government agencies and about the health or trying to hack any drones also. So we are coming up with these technologies to tackle them. And now I am going to say about the recent examples. In Vijayawada, there is a party office of Deputy CM Pawan Kalyan, and there is a one drone surveillance camera, which is not an authorized camera. So later on that, there is a case filed on that, and the investigation is going on. And later knowing that the license will be cancelled to them, and we are coming up with the steps to tackle them is we should provide a license for those who are recognized by the government only. And only the government will provide training to them, and the government also give license to the training centers, so that who give training to the other drone operators. So it can be a easiest way and some good way to tackle the other drones. And we are also coming up with a step of that giving license to authorized sellers. Not everyone can sell or everyone can manufacture the drones. Only who are authorized by the government and who are taken permission from the government only can manufacture and can sell the drones to others. So it can decrease the unauthorized drones and unauthorized operators also.
Okay. Any content to follow up? Questions we'll reserve for now, we'll have later. Let the team conclude their discussion. You guys have discussed only the privacy part of your content. Security part of your content you are yet to touch upon. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue with Team C after your break. Second part of your heading is yet to be discussed. Okay, we'll meet at 2 o'clock.
Good afternoon to one and all. My name is M. Karthik. I am from D1. Are drones threat to privacy and security in modern society? Maybe, may not be. There are both positive and negative aspects. As well, everything has two sides. These negative aspects can also be tackled. Let me tell you the positives. In security issues, helps in military and more. Drones are smart eyes in the sky. They can help rapid emergency response. That means in automatic obstacle detection, alarm location, stream live video to security team, real-time tracking info.
There are not only positives, but some negatives too. The first one is drone hacking and cyber security threats. Drone can be hacked remotely, allowing attackers to take control and use them for illegal activities. Cyber criminals can exploit drones to collect sensitive data from business, governments, and individuals. And the second one is threats to critical infrastructure. Drones can be used to disrupt power grids, airports, and government buildings by colliding with critical systems. In 2018, drone activity at Gatwick Airport in UK led to 1,000 plus flight cancellations, causing economic losses.
Even I have some issues. Logistics disruptions and supply chain attacks. Enemy drones can target military convoys, fuel depots, and supply chains, disrupting war efforts. Drone strikes on military transport and infrastructure and can weaken national defense capabilities. Risk of drone technology falling into wrong hands. Advanced military drone technology can be stolen or reverse engineered by enemy nations or hackers. Drone exports to unfriendly nations can lead to security risks.
Along with that issues, I have some issues. In terrorism and weaponized drones, terrorist groups can modify drones to carry explosives or biological weapons, posing serious national security threats. Drones can be used for targeted assassinations or disrupting public gathers. And the second issue is drone assisted warfare and autonomous weapons. The rise of autonomous drones with AI decision making raises concerns about ethical warfare and accountability. Drones are being used for targeted assassinations, surveillance, and precision strikes, sometimes with collateral damage.
Along with that, I had some issues. Smuggling and drug trafficking. Criminals use drones to smuggle drugs, weapons, and contraband across borders and into prisons. Traditional security measures like fencing cameras and patrols are often ineffective against small drones. And another one is drone swarms as a tactical threat. Drone swarms, multiple drones working together can overwhelm as defense systems, making them difficult to counter. Enemy forces can deploy large-scale drone attacks with low-cost unnamed aerial vehicles, disrupting military operations.
I have another issue. In weaponized drones is terrorism and guerrillism weapon. Terrorist group and non-state actors are increasingly using commercial drones for attack. Example, ISIS drones attack is Syria. IIS means Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Low-cost drones can be modified with explosives, poisoning, and significant threat to military base and urban security. Thank you.
So you guys have come up with issues related to security, put together one after the other. Okay. You have a question.
How can we balance the need of public safety and security with protection of individual privacy in context of drone surveillance? How can we balance the need of public safety and security with protection of individual privacy in context of drone surveillance?
Basically, your topic is about privacy and security with respect to drone technology. But the two topics are not generally parallel. They are opposite to each other as well. Like the privacy of people, individual privacy can be countering the public security as such. So how can drone surveillance issues be addressing these two issues, that is, these two opposing issues as such?
సార్ తెలుగు ఓకేనే మీరు ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పారు ఐ మీన్ ప్రైవసీ ఇండివిజువల్ ప్రైవసీ పోతుందని వీ క్యాన్ డెవలప్ సెల్ఫ్ డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ మోడ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే సెల్ఫ్ డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ మోడ్ ఆ మోడ్ వల్ల ఏమంటే ఇఫ్ ఇండివిజువల్ ప్రైవసీ ఐ మీన్ వీడియో రికార్డ్ చేసినప్పుడు అది ఎథికల్గా ఐ మీన్ ఏ కూడా అందులో ఇన్బిల్డ్ చేస్తాం కదా, ఇన్బిల్డ్ చేయడం వల్ల అది ఎథికల్గా రాంగ్ అని తెలిస్తే మొత్తం ఆ తీసిన వీడియో ప్లస్ అందులో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మొత్తం ఒకేసారి రీబూట్ అయిపోద్ది. ఓకేనా, డిస్ట్రాక్ట్ అయిపోద్ది తీసిన వీడియో అండ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది వెంటనే రీబూట్ అయిపోద్ది. ఇలాంటి ఐ మీన్ ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్నీ లేకుండా చేయగలం, ఐ మీన్ డెవలప్ చేస్తామని చెప్తున్నాను.
Further, you highlighted few issues which are with respect to the security issues. with respect to drone technology usage, like drones can be used for trafficking, smuggling of drugs, for precision killing, assaulting, and all those things. So what are the measures that you can give also, or else the counter technologies that the government can develop, or else enterprises can develop to counter these sort of usage of drone technology for these antisocial activities or illegal activities?
An answer. After the answer, you guys can ask your question. Neha, they have an answer.
Companies and enterprises play in ensuring drone safety and privacy. Companies that manufacture and operate drone have a responsibility to implement safety features and other to privacy regulations. So they can provide users with guidelines on responsible operation and advocate for regulations that protect individual rights.
There are some more measures like AI-based countermeasures and electromagnetic pulse devices which will disable drones by waves, and also improving radar tracking and counter drone intelligence.
Measures for security is the question.
With these measures, we can counter some of the military security issues.
Security related issues. Any follow-up question, madam? Question for Team D.
What technologies and strategies can be employed to detect and counter rogue drones in India?
Counter?
Rogue drones.
Okay.
That's why we build self-destruction mode అనేది ఇన్బిల్డ్ చేస్తామని చెప్తున్నాం కదా అందుకే ఫ్యూచర్ we develop the self-destruction mode in the drones also.
Okay, question from Team B. Okay, they've got an answer. Wait.
ఇప్పుడు సెల్ఫ్ డిస్ట్రక్షన్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ యూజింగ్ ద సెల్ఫ్ డిస్ట్రక్షన్ మోడ్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ద ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ డ్రోన్స్ టు సపోర్ట్. సో ఒక if there is a drone in a perimeter, there will be another drone in the near perimeter. So we will give instruction to that drone to counter this drone. Okay, this went rogue, so you have to take care of it. You have to get it under control. If possible, it may establish re-establish the lost signals, and the rogue drone can come back to our control without destroying it. There is this possibility also.
Is there a technology like that? Good. Okay. Question for Team B. Question from Team B. Yes.
How do different countries handle drone related privacy issues? Is there any such regulations that India can adopt for our better development?
Repeat the question.
How did different countries handle drones related privacy issue? Is there any such regulations that India can adopt our better development?
How do different countries handle drone regulated privacy issues? Is there any such regulations in India that India can adopt for better development?
Yes, there are many countries have implemented many laws regarding privacy. The laws like operating persons should get permission and mandatory registration and licensing. And even though in their countries also they had no fly zones, privacy consideration, and no permission, no takeoff zones are also had. So in our country, we are bringing like, so every drone should have one particular number, and they should go and take permission from the government to fly the drone in any area. For any particular issue, they should first go and intimate to the government, sir, we had this work and we are going for this work. So they should take permission from the government for their flight. And later, we are providing a particular license to the particular those operators, so that they can be categorized in different categories. So these are for these purposes, these are for military purposes, these are for public purposes, these are for government purposes. So that we can have some, we can control the privacy issues, and we can also get the data. So whatever data they are collecting, that also be rechecked by the government. So where is it is going, and for what purpose they are using, and what data they had been recorded from those drones. So by these issues, we can control the privacy issues. Our panel members had given many negatives about the security issues. and they told about drugs and about smuggling and what are the other military issues, drone swarms, and terrorist attacks. So we had developed some military AI-based countermeasures, like developing defenses so that they can counter the other military drone systems. We can malfunction them or we can dysfunction them from our bases only with our electromagnetic radars. Those are also known as electromagnetic pulse devices. They send some waves so that they won't work in our bases. And we are improving our radar tracking and we are also improving our counter drone intelligence, which I had already mentioned before. And there are some, even though people are saying that we are having a good drones, we are having some regulations, then what about when it goes into the wrong hands? So we are the manufacturer of the drones, indigenous drones. When it goes into the wrong hands, it may work in a wrong way only. So we should have strict export rules. So the export rules can be like the government authorized only should export, and the government should be tracked those exports. And self-destructive mechanism, as is told before. So if any drone without the permission of the government, it was on somewhere else. So when it was on somewhere else, the government will get the information and the self-destruction mode will be on. So the technology is already there in our government and they are still developing the technology. And later supply chain security. So how the export is going on, and this supply chain security is being controlled by the government and it will be modified more later. So these are the measures for the negatives brought by our panel members, and these are already in work, and government is also modifying these laws and these works also.
With respect to addressing the privacy and security issues, you highlighted that government should control the export policy of drones completely. If the government is making 100% control, or government is taking up 100% control of the export policy, then it will automatically stigmatize, or it will automatically suppress the goals of Make in India or else Atmanirbharta and promoting India as a world exporter or global hub for drones. If we are interested to have such policies, then 100% control over exports is not a conducive option. Then what is the measure that you will suggest?
We are not only controlling, we are just want to monitor. We will give some license to another authorities also who are recognized by the government, and we will monitor whole supply chain.
We are summarizing what you have discussed so far. So we started our discussion with a question. Are these drones a threat to privacy and security? Yes and no. There is a threat and we have showed the line where we can stop that threat, and we have given the suggestions and we have given the recommendations so that the line won't be breached. And we have discussed about the security issues also, to get the control, to use the electromagnetic pulses, and even to use the AI, or even to use anti-drone technologies. And we even tried to re-establish the lost connection with rogue drones. So apart from this, I want to conclude by saying atoms of destruction can be used as atoms of construction. So when we see only the negative side, we will see only the negative side. We have to see the negative side and we have to compensate to it. We have to see how to reduce the loss. We have to see the negatives, we have to come with a solution, we have to develop the technology. As we are in the very early stages, this is the time to make mistakes. This is the time to learn from them. This is the time to give the best we can. This is the opportunity for us to develop the drone technology and use that to develop the nation itself. As we are moving to the future and this cutting edge technology benefits us, it is our responsibility to use it in an ethical way. This also plays a major role. We also emphasized on the ethical education to the humans, because whatever happens, it is manufactured by humans, and until now it is under the control of humans. So if a man is ethical, the machine so. Thank you.